There's something happening under your skin right now that nobody warned you about. Around 30, your skin doesn't just start aging, something breaks. And I don't mean that in a poetic way. I mean a specific group of cells in your face literally stops working. They don't die. They don't leave. They just sit there, stuck, frozen, taking up space where healthy, functional cells should be. Scientists call them senescent fibroblasts. I call them the reason your skin stopped bouncing back and nobody could tell you why, because here's what no one explains. These cells aren't just inactive, they're hostile. They leak inflammatory chemicals into the surrounding tissue, day after day, quietly poisoning the cells around them, shutting down collagen production, blocking repair signals, turning your dermis into a neighborhood where nothing new can be built. And you're out here blaming it on stress, or sleep, or that 1 week you forgot your sunscreen. You've been told aging skin is just collagen fading away, a slow, graceful wind down, a little drier here, a fine line there, like your face is just gently getting tired. That's not what's happening, not even close. What's actually going on is something far more aggressive, far more targeted, and it traces back to a single cellular event that most dermatologists will never bring up in your 15-minute appointment. Let me show you what's actually going on beneath your face. Underneath the surface, in the second layer of your skin called the dermis, there are cells called fibroblasts. These are the builders, the construction crew, every strand of collagen holding your face in place, every elastin fiber giving your skin that snapback quality. Fibroblasts made that. They've been making it since before you were born. For the first 20-something years of your life, these cells are machines. They divide, they rebuild, they patch things up overnight. You get sunburned, they repair it. You sleep 3 hours before an exam, your face still looks fine by noon. That's fibroblasts doing their job. But somewhere around 30, and it's not a slow fade, it's more like a switch. A chunk of those fibroblasts receive an internal signal, a biological memo. And the memo says, stop. Stop dividing. Stop producing. Stop repairing. And they listen. But here's the part that should genuinely bother you. They don't die after that. Your body doesn't clear them out. They just go dormant, right there in the tissue, like a car parked in the middle of a highway with the engine off and the doors locked. Nothing can get past them, and nothing new can grow where they are. In the research world, they have a nickname for these cells, zombie cells, and it's disturbingly accurate, because a zombie cell is something that should be dead but isn't. It's not contributing, it's not building anything, but it's still consuming resources, still taking up physical space in your tissue, and still very much present. Normally, your body has a system for this. It's called apoptosis, programmed cell death. When a cell gets too damaged or too old, it gets the signal to self-destruct, and the body recycles the parts. Clean, efficient, elegant. But senescent fibroblasts skip that step. They dodge the self-destruct order, they linger. And as you get older, they accumulate. By your mid-30s, studies published in Nature Aging suggest the senescent fibroblast count in your dermis can jump by 30 to 40% compared to your 20s. That's not a minor uptick. That's a third of your skin's repair system going dark. So when you notice your skin looks duller, when a mark from a breakout takes months to fade instead of weeks, when your under eyes look tired no matter how much you sleep, that's not you aging gracefully. That's zombie cells choking out the infrastructure that used to keep your skin alive. And it gets worse, because these cells don't just sit there quietly. That would be bad enough, but what they actually do is so much worse. Senescent fibroblasts secrete things, constantly, a cocktail of inflammatory molecules that researchers call SASP. The senescence-associated secretory phenotype, fancy name, ugly reality. SASP includes things like interleukin-6, interleukin-8, matrix metalloproteinases, enzymes that literally dissolve collagen. Your zombie cells aren't just sitting in the way. They are actively dismantling the collagen that's still there. Let that sink in for a second. The cells that stop building collagen are now breaking down the collagen that the remaining healthy cells manage to produce. It's sabotage. Biological sabotage happening in your own face. So, what do you actually do about this? But here's where it gets truly vicious. There's something called the bystander effect. And no, I'm not talking about the psychology concept. This is cellular. When a senescent fibroblast starts pumping out SASP, the healthy cells nearby, the ones still dividing, still doing their jobs, pick up those inflammatory signals. And their response isn't to fight harder. They shut down too. Not because they're damaged, not because they've reached the end of their life cycle, but because the chemical environment around them told them to stop. One zombie cell convinces two healthy cells to quit. Those two convince four more. And suddenly, you don't have scattered pockets of dormancy. You have entire zones of your dermis that have gone silent. It's like a factory where one worker convinces the whole floor to walk off the job. Except nobody actually leaves the building. They all just stand there, blocking the doors, so no replacements can get in. And in that environment, your skin's repair signals, the growth factors, the TGF-beta, the fibroblast growth factor, they get sent, but they never arrive. They're drowned out by the inflammatory noise. Your body is screaming, "Fix this," and the message gets lost in the static. Sun damage accumulates, pollution damage stays. Micro tears from daily life never fully heal. That's not aging. That's a hostage situation happening at the cellular level. And your moisturizer has absolutely no idea it's happening. Now, this is the part where most people get the story wrong. We've been trained to think of aging like a timer. You hit 30, things start declining. 40, it picks up speed. 50, it's all downhill. Like your cells have a calendar pinned to the wall and they're just following the schedule. But that model is wrong. And we've known it's wrong for a while now. Chronological age and biological age are two completely different numbers. You've seen it yourself. You know someone in their mid-40s who could pass for 32, and you know someone who's 34 and looks like they've already lost the fight. The difference isn't just genetics. It's not just good skin versus bad skin. The difference is senescent cell burden. How many zombie fibroblasts have piled up? How much SASP is flooding their tissue, and how well their body is keeping up with the cleanup. And here's what makes right now, 2026, a particularly brutal time for your skin. Longitudinal research out of the Buck Institute and Seoul National University is showing that modern life is speeding up the senescence clock faster than any previous generation. Blue light, not UV. You're already wearing sunscreen for UV. I'm talking about the high-energy visible light coming off your phone, your laptop, your tablet. Light in the 400 to 450 nanometer range that passes straight through the epidermis into the dermis and generates oxidative stress directly inside fibroblasts, pushing them towards senescence years earlier than they would have gone on their own. Micropollution, particulate matter smaller than 2.5 microns. You can't see it. You can't feel it. But it embeds in your skin barrier and triggers a low-grade chronic inflammatory response. And chronic inflammation is rocket fuel for the SASP cycle. And sleep deprivation, not the dramatic, stayed-up-all-night kind. The quiet, consistent kind, 6 hours instead of 8, every night, for years. Because during deep sleep, your body activates autophagy, the cellular recycling system that clears senescent debris. Cut that window short, and the cleanup crew never shows up. The zombie cells just keep accumulating, undisturbed. So it's not just about turning 30. It's about the total load your fibroblasts have absorbed over your lifetime and whether your body can keep pace with the damage. Some people hit their threshold at 28. Others hold it off past 40. The difference isn't luck. It's manageable, but only if you know what you're actually fighting. And this is the part that might frustrate you, because the entire skincare industry has been pointing you in the wrong direction. For decades, the answer to aging skin has been add more stuff to the surface, more moisture, more serums, thicker creams, hyaluronic acid, peptide complexes, retinol in a pretty bottle. And look, some of that works on a surface level. Your skin feels softer, looks temporarily plumper. Fine. But if the fibroblasts underneath are senescent, if the factory floor is full of workers who've stopped working and are actively contaminating the ones who haven't, then no amount of product on top is going to fix what's broken underneath. You're decorating the outside of a building where the foundation is cracking from the inside. The real frontier isn't addition, it's subtraction, getting the zombie cells out. This is the field of Senolytics, compounds specifically designed to trigger apoptosis in senescent cells while leaving healthy cells alone. Basically, eviction notices for the zombies. Fisetin, a flavonoid found in strawberries and apples, has shown real promise in preclinical and early human tissue models. The combination of dasatinib and quercetin has been studied extensively in longevity research and has demonstrated measurable reductions in senescent cell load. And as of this year, topical senolytic formulations targeting dermal fibroblasts specifically are entering clinical trials. That's not science fiction. That's happening right now, but you don't need to wait for a prescription to start. Your body already has a built-in zombie clearance system. It's called autophagy. When activated, your cells identify damaged and dysfunctional components, break them apart, and recycle the raw materials into something functional. It's your body's own waste management program, and you can turn it up. Time-restricted eating, a consistent 16-hour fasting window, has been shown to significantly increase autophagic flux, the rate at which your cells process and clear debris. This isn't about eating less. It's about giving your cells uninterrupted hours to do maintenance instead of constantly processing food. High-intensity exercise, short hard bursts, sprint intervals, heavy compound lifts. These create acute cellular stress that activates AMPK, a master energy sensor that flips the autophagy switch. 30 minutes of real intensity does more for your cellular cleanup than an hour of steady-state cardio. Sleep. Real sleep. 7 to 9 hours. Cool room. Dark room. No screen 30 minutes before bed. Because deep sleep is when autophagy peaks. That's when the most aggressive cellular housekeeping happens. Miss that window consistently, and you're essentially telling your body's cleanup crew to take the night off, every night. And then topically, and this is where the surface stuff actually earns its place. Tretinoin, not just any retinol, but prescription-strength tretinoin. It doesn't just stimulate collagen in the fibroblasts that are still healthy. Emerging data suggests it modulates the local inflammatory environment in ways that may actually reduce SASP signaling. That's a big deal. Niacinamide supports NAD+ levels, a coenzyme your cells need for energy and repair. As NAD+ drops with age, cellular function drops with it. Niacinamide helps hold the line. And L-ascorbic acid, real vitamin C, properly formulated at the right pH, acts as a direct antioxidant buffer for fibroblasts, protecting them against the oxidative stress that pushes them toward senescence in the first place. So the playbook isn't complicated. Clear the zombie cells, protect the healthy ones that remain. Give your body the conditions it needs to rebuild what was lost. That's not anti-aging. That's restoring a repair system that was hijacked. So here's what I want to leave you with. Your skin didn't just get old. That's a story we tell ourselves because nobody gave us a better explanation. What actually happened is specific, measurable, and partially reversible. A group of fibroblasts in your dermis received a signal to stop working. They obeyed. They went dormant. And from that dormant state, they started leaking inflammatory signals that forced the cells around them to shut down too, one by one, zone by zone, until your skin's ability to repair itself quietly collapsed from the inside out. You didn't notice it as a single event. You noticed it as I look tired. My skin is different now. I don't know what changed. This is what changed. And now that you know it's there, you can actually do something about it. Not with another serum, not with another $30 moisturizer making promises on the label, but by going after the root of the problem, the cells that stopped working and refused to leave. You're not fighting time. You're fighting zombie cells. And now you know they're there. If this just rewired how you think about your own face, leave a comment with your age. I want to know how many of you are rethinking everything you thought you knew about skincare after this. Subscribe if you want more of the biology nobody else is breaking down for you.